Welcome into the Bro 4 Squad podcast, where if we had a blank check, you know what we're spending it on. Pixie sticks and porn. I'm your host, Jeff Hornacek, and if you've not checked this out before, or even if you have, we're just a bunch of bros talking superheroes, movies, and superhero movies. And today, we are doing one of our world-famous movie commentaries on the very horrible 1994 classic, Blank Check. So, right now we have it paused at the 10-second mark. It's on Netflix, BT dubs, because we know no sick fucks out there actually own this movie. But if you somehow have it on VHS, go ahead and rewind it real quick and get it to the 10-second mark. And while we do that, let's go around and meet the bros. Also, get a beer at this time, because if you watch this movie sober, you're probably sicker than the people that own the fucking DVD. So, let's go around the limo. Our first bro is our very special bro that has his own daddy issues, Matt Geiger. Now, Geiger, we only gave you enough money to ride the kids' rides at the theme park, so how are you going to budget that?
If I had $1 million, Jeff, I'd spend it on beer and weed because I'm about out as of right now. And 1994 was a really fucked up year. Let's just think about this. Jordan was playing baseball. We didn't know yet if OJ killed his wife or not. I have not yet gotten laid. A lot of stuff has been fucked up in 1994. This movie is no different. But on the kids' rides, I would probably just beat the shit out of the smallest kid there and take his coins. That's
the way that you should do it. Now over to an old friend of ours, longtime friend of ours, but new friend to you, making his debut on the pod, Nate Thurman. Nate, you drove a hard bargain for us to put you on the show, so we actually had to steal $1 million. What are you going to do with that money once you get it?
That's a great question, and I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, fuck. That's the suspense that we'll leave people to. All right, guys.
You'll find out. You'll find out by year down the road.
Crack open a beer, get Blank Check up on Netflix. We are going to press play, is that fucking English? In 3, 2, 1. You know, for Disney, this is like a rare fuck-up in the 90s, I think we can agree.
No, I was thinking back, and 1994 was actually a pretty good year for movies, whether it's dramas or comedies. Because Dumb and Dumber, I believe, came out that same year, and Shawshank was another one.
Oh, wow.
That came out.
So remember when the Disney castle, made you pumped because you're about to see a good movie, but now I just am like, shit, Johnny Depp needs more money, apparently.
What's the better film, Blank Check or Shawshank Redemption? And honestly,
shit, is this Shawshank Redemption? What is this?
It's kind of starting out that way. Is this a prison scene?
He must have just broke out, and now he's running across the railroad tracks. He's like, listen, I found out how to break out of prison, but I'm going to wait for the rainiest, shittiest night to do it.
Yeah, you can never break out of prison when it's 75 and fucking sunny. You have to wait till it's...
you couldn't have waited for, a 75 cool night patio weather. Nah.
This isn't Corona weather, as I would describe it.
It seems like a pretty easy hiding spot for $1 million. It's weird. I don't know how long he's been away, but it's weird that no one else kind of just tripped upon this.
Was that blowtorch just fucking hanging out?
Yeah. He left that in a hiding spot, too. It's all going according to plan, Jeff.
Now, Geiger, you have the villain in this movie runs counter to every other 90s movie because he does not have a ponytail.
I know. I'm really confused on who the villain is because he doesn't have a ponytail. However, in real life, his cousin is George Clooney. Fun fact.
Really?
Yes.
At the time,
who had the better career?
At the time,
that's a different discussion for a different podcast.
Yeah, but in '94, who was fucking bigger?
I don't know. Clooney was doing ER and getting a lot of pussy, so kind of a coin flip.
You don't think saying I was the villain in Blank Check is a panty dropper in 1994?
Maybe. I love the directing in this. The directing in this was fantastic. He's like, I'm going to do a close-up on him so they think he's talking to his dad, but he's also talking to his goldfish. And can we just bring up that, are we all in agreement that this is a direct ripoff of Home Alone? But instead of Buzz, we have two Buzzes? and is set in the summer, not during Christmas. Basically, is what this is.
It's like Home Alone and Richie Rich.
90s dad. He's a 90s dad in every fucking movie I've ever seen in the 90s.
He's also in Independence Day. He plays like the dude who the president kicks out of his cabinet because he's just being a dickhead.
He's the guy that puts in that movie for you to hate.
Yeah. You know you hate him once he comes on screen.
He is a Red Hot Chili Peppers actor. Like, once you name all of their songs, you're like, holy shit, they sing all of those? Like, if you named his acting list, you're like, God, he was in that, wasn't he? I forgot he was in 2 scenes, and he played somebody's dad.
He's that guy, he's that actor, so he's that guy in that thing, because he's in everything, you just can't pinpoint
And
him.
you're always snapping, trying to think of his name. You're like, fucking the...
Like, let's get him a computer because they have their own business. But I'm pissed at my small son because he doesn't have his own business.
Well, how do you expect that kid to be cool or respected at all walking around with a goddamn Wyoming shirt on?
And, of course, he has to show him how to use the computer. See, already a plot hole, man. If he was Asian, it'd make a lot more sense. Like, he was just, like, adopted or something.
I feel like the butt to face is like us typing in boobs on a calculator back in 5th grade. It was like that little hack
Oh, yeah.
that you show off to your friends.
The brothers are awesome, though. They haven't
8,008.
made a buck yet, but god damn it, they're going to dip into their funds to make matching shirts of their company.
Geiger, everybody knows that you got to go into the red once you start out a company. You don't get cash flow positive till like year 2.
Spend money to make money, Jeff.
Yeah, that works. Do we know what state they're in? Is it Wyoming?
Indiana. Which makes absolutely no sense because the weather looks nice. And not everyone's ugly like the Hoosiers review we did. And no one beat the fuck out of their former players to get their shitty job that they are now. So I'm really confused. But apparently it's in Indiana.
Why is that an insult? Pesto. That's a great dressing to put on a sandwich.
God, his name is Butch. And you know he's cool because he has every fucking color in a crayon on his shirt.
Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't just walk around the theme park with a stick to beat all the pussy off.
I think that was a deleted scene, actually.
He, like, buys the stick, and the woman's like, what are you going to use this for? He's like, you know.
Come on.
Theme parks. Raping kids of their money since 1984.
So Preston's dad, is he part Jewish because he didn't even give him enough money to go on the ride?
Oh, shit. Here's a nickel. If you make it a dime, then you're my son. I don't know, Waters isn't a Jewish last name. Maybe her side of the family is.
Yeah. We make
I
fun
don't
of Butch.
understand what his dad is like. He's kind of a douche. He's like, you gotta know how to, spend $1. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, blow a homeless guy on the way here to get $20? Like, what do you want me to do?
That's up to you to figure out.
That's an investment.
If I were a coach right now, you know what I'd say to Preston? Preston, body language. Oh, this feels like a trap. Oh, fuck.
God, you got him.
That's classic
Yeah.
Butch, isn't it, boys?
God.
This is a ripoff of Little Big League.
That is, yeah.
Is anything about this fucking movie original?
His cowlick.
Okay, one thing.
Are we broke? They have such a great house. No, we're not broke.
90s fashion, I just love it. Like, look at this kid.
Finger
Shirt,
up your back.
yeah, shirt tucked in, vest
Other
unbuttoned.
shirt not tucked in.
Yeah.
The other thing I saw Preston rocking was shirt tucks in with no belt.
What?
Nice.
You don't have money. He doesn't have money to buy a belt. He's spent it all on. He's spent on riding that fucking helicopter ride.
How many coins was a belt at the theme park? Grandma's getting a little senile these days. Have a feeling she even put the number on the. Yeah.
I did that all the time. I never read the card.
This is where you got to just take Grandma for every fucking penny she's worth.
Yeah, no shit. She's had a good life, and we know that she doesn't have many more months left, so she'd want me to have it.
No, like Nate said, this is the learning experience for Grandma. She'll only make this mistake once, I promise you.
Why don't you just call the old hag and be like, hey, you forgot to write what do you want on here? It's like, yeah, $20.
Why does he need $1 million now? Is that just like a round number that he settled on, or does he actually want to buy anything?
He just wants $1 million, dude.
I feel like he's planning like a 401k right here. I've done this before.
On your old Macintosh?
But except when we calculated the bottom, it just says you're fucked.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't even want to know.
His birthday list said Damien and Ralph knocked off. Does that mean, like, killed?
Yeah, he wants them dead.
That's pretty dark for this.
Nate,
it's weird, though, that no matter what list you make, what you want, money can just solve all of it.
That's true.
I want a house. I want my brothers killed. I want laid. Like, yeah, if you have money, that solves it all.
I don't think women sleep with men just because they're rich, Geiger.
In the 90s, they did. It's a different time.
Wow. This guy is definitely Jewish.
What a badass.
Breaks out of jail, finds a nice three-piece suit, he's ready to go.
Say that again?
I said he breaks out of jail, finds a nice three-piece suit, and he's ready to go.
Yep, he had that in storage. Probably had it buried somewhere out back. Also, this is a problem. If you pull someone's tie like that, it doesn't choke them.
No, it actually makes it looser.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. They never explain how he got this money, do they?
He stole it. What more do you need? I love that he's a wanted felon, but somehow he couldn't spend a dime on that money because they're all marked, but somehow he has a shirt and tie, and I mean, he looks like he's doing all right.
Yeah, he cleaned up pretty nice. Just breaking out of jail. Yeah.
Who doesn't have a friend named Juice?
So, this is what I don't get. Why doesn't he has the money there right now? Why not just do it now? Why send Juice?
Huh.
Like, why not just do it right now?
Just, okay. And this...
He can't get his hands dirty.
Exactly. Guys, this is going to be a recurring theme, but there is a pedophilia-centric... I don't even want to say subplot. It's like the plot of the movie, but there's definitely a pedophilia message in this film, and this is how it starts right here.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, this woman's a child predator. It's got legs.
Can we just talk about all these kids in high school that are getting their teachers busted?
Like, 8-year-old weenie back in that day.
Do banks really have like basically the equivalent of baseball cards out front for all their tellers?
No, like personal trainers do at 24-hour fitness or something like that, but you don't really need to know what your bank teller looks like. I guess unless she looks like that, then yeah, they put her on a picture. But she's not a real estate agent. This girl was also in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, she's the butch of Dumb and Dumber, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, she's like the butch chick, and isn't she in Son-in-Law? Is she the main girl, or is that a totally different girl?
I have no idea.
Not sure.
No, but Nate, she's legit flirting with this kid.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fucked up anyway, Slice. Either one, she's giving him false hope, or two, she's not, and that's more fucked up.
You can see the twinkle in her eye.
More than a twinkle.
God, Butch is such a badass.
Here's where the plot thickens.
And how to get a fucking Jaguar? Like, none of the money he has he can spend yet. I don't understand this.
He's cocky, though.
Wouldn't you be? You just busted out of prison. Instead of taking it, you're probably going to get laid because you have $1 million.
What if he would have died? Roll credits.
Well, they're both white, so it wouldn't make the news, so I don't know. We just kind of go about our lives.
Butch, you son of a bitch. Oh, this woman looks like she would love to go to small claims court as a witness.
Oh my god, dude. See, if this movie was remade now, she would have like the kind of short on the side, swoop on top, let me talk to your manager haircut.
Oh yeah, she's ready to be subpoenaed.
This chick diddles herself thinking about like calling a 1-800 number and complain. She's the type of person who calls that "How am I driving" number on the back of like a garbage truck.
Once again, he's a wanted felon, so what name is he writing on the check? I don't understand this.
I think he writes his actual name on the check.
But he's a wanted felon. Does he have any money in his account?
Geiger,
If someone checked it, wouldn't it, like, alert somebody?
Sometimes the best place to hide is right out in the open.
His parents are pissed that his bike got ran over, even though the guy ran him over. That makes no sense either.
Wow, indefinite grounding? Fucking ruthless. King Henry VIII over here.
For someone who just almost got killed.
Yeah. That's your reward, Preston, for surviving. This is where Preston starts to think, like, I could poison their breakfast and no one would fucking know. Is this a Will Smith movie because they just said the title? It's like what he always does. What is this, a blank check?
If it was a Will Smith movie, though, the blank check would somehow save the world. That computer dude was state-of-the-art back in the day.
Dude.
But look at how many pieces it takes just for it to make it fucking go. There's like 18 pieces there. Jesus.
And now your phone has more computing power than that.
And this is not true at all. He wouldn't be on this. He'd be fucking playing Wolfenstein right now and killing some Nazis. Remember that? Do you remember that game, Nathan?
Wolfenstein?
Fuck yeah.
No.
What?
Nate
Jeff, do you
Thurman.
remember that?
Nate Thurman was too busy playing sports.
Too busy getting boards and points.
I'm sure Wolfenstein got laid plenty in Germany after he got done killing Nazis.
Isn't it just so great that he writes this check for the exact amount to the dollar that guy stole?
Whoa, Jeff, easy. Are you saying that it's a coincidence?
This kid has Lady Luck on his side.
Because if anyone knows who's ever robbed a bank from cowboy days to, like, if you watch The Town, they rob it in exact, like, dollars. They don't rob $1,046.16. They'll give that $46.16 back. They want $1 million.
Now, how the fuck does that work? How do you get it to print, like, right in that rectangle?
I think you could do that. You can print checks from a printer. Nowadays, I don't know about back then, but I'm sure it'd work. God, he's thinking about all the fucking venereal diseases he can catch with this check. I bet he slept good that night.
I'd sleep with the check.
And if he has enough money left over, he can cure them all.
You might as well sleep with the check tonight, because this is the last night for the rest of your life that there's not going to be at least an 8 sleeping next to you.
Or 2 4s.
Yeah, or 2 4s or 3.
Yeah, or 2 4s
Yeah.
with huge
Any
tits.
combination
Fine too.
that number.
Tuesdays happen. They can't all be Friday and Saturday nights.
He doesn't want you, you old hag.
Come on. He wants to get his dick wet on the young piece of ass over there.
Yeah, I don't know if this lady's husband pays enough attention to her at home.
Look at those meat cleavers she's got for hands. Jesus. Looks like a fucking walrus.
So Eddie Murphy made this famous in Nutty Professor, but actually this guy did it first. He's playing both roles, right? He's playing the woman and the man. Because they look the exact fucking same.
You're onto something here.
They're fat, angry, and not funny.
This guy looks like Oswald Cobblepot.
She reminded me of my library teacher, and he reminds me of every fat guy I've ever met that is angry.
So I wonder if something behind the shirt that Preston is wearing. He had the Wyoming shirt, and now he's got the Texadillo.
Yeah, let's be honest. The wardrobe is a fucking train wreck right now.
Well, his dad must be cheap as shit. If they're from Indiana, it's like, hey, who's ready for summer vacation in Wyoming? I'm like, what the fuck is there to do in Wyoming? Look at some horses and spit on the ground?
Wyoming is the new Nebraska. No one likes Nebraska. Let me say this. We're going to rip this movie to shreds, but his thought process here kind of makes sense. Like, it
does, because the dude is such a... The villain is such kind of a wise ass that he would do that.
Yeah.
He would, send a kid, because no one expected... I still don't understand why he just doesn't be like, hey, unmark these fucking bills. I feel like Dr. Evil right now. Scott, you just don't get it, do you? You don't.
You just don't. He's probably got another vault just full of fucking candy bars.
See, being a 90s kid, though, we didn't have all these, guidelines and shit like kids do now today. We honestly believed we could walk in a bank, get $1 million, and then fuck the hot 28-year-old behind the desk.
That's the American dream.
Yeah.
Now this is a shirt.
It's like license plates.
It's going along with the travel theme. He's got license plates all over it.
Which is what he'll probably be making in a couple months. Also, is it racist that it's 1994, we have an African-American Tone Loc playing a guy named Juice? OJ hasn't been convicted yet. He's on trial right now. But I don't know why his name is Juice. That's kind of weird.
If this movie was made now, this role is written for Tyrese.
But would his name be Aaron Hernandez? Like, I don't... I do like Tone Loc in this, and I'm also a big fan of his 2 songs he made that sound exactly the same.
They're not objects, Juice. My God.
Tell Preston, ain't she high? He's like, wait till you see my girlfriend. You'll fucking shit yourself.
Wait till you see the chick Butch is hooking up with.
Yeah.
Juice isn't good with kids, which is unfortunate because he has 13 illegitimate ones.
No shit.
God.
Is he the Antonio Cromartie of money laundering?
Yeah. You know, the great thing about Antonio Cromartie is he liked one woman enough to have 2 kids with her.
Feel special.
Yeah.
Feel special.
She probably...
Is it racist for me to say that Juice is 3 minutes late?
I think the clocks here are just fast. So many fucking clocks on that wall, there's no way we can keep them all on time.
It's like, your guy's late. He's like, he's always late. Fuck, you know this.
You don't think... So, like, if you're having a guy come pick up $1 million, you don't think you'd leave a detail like, he's black, by the way. Just so I don't...
His name's Juice. What do you... Everyone close their eyes when I say the word juice, and then you think orange juice, and I think it's a human. What do you think? You picture O.J. Simpson.
Absolutely.
I'll say this, and again, not trying to be racist, but if I'm the main antagonist, when Juice brings me the money, I'm counting the bills in front of him. Just want to make sure everything's here.
He's realizing his mistake right now. Gave it to a 9-year-old kid.
Honest mistake. I'm guessing that house belonged to like some athlete.
Looks like fucking Robin Hood's house or something. I don't know.
That's a bit dated.
Was this chick considered hot in the 90s? Because no.
I mean, when you've been in prison, taking it up the ass, I mean, anything, yeah, that'd be fine.
It's not gay.
Yeah, it's not gay if they make you do it.
I'm going to say this. I miss floppy disks.
I was going to say something about them earlier.
They were cool, man. The problem with movies like this, when you're a kid, is we were so fucking stupid. I was literally like, yo, I could do this.
Yeah, because there's no way a real estate agent would think this might be a prank call. They're paying for cash on the house.
Yeah. Sore throat itis, that checks out. There's no WebMD back then to verify that that's not a thing.
Yep.
Like a typical athlete, he just blew 1/10 of his, or I guess 1/5 of his fucking...
I know. I think Preston just got drafted second in the NFL draft because before he cashed the check, he's already bought a house and his entourage all jet skis who can't swim.
There goes your signing bonus.
Bye.
Bye.
$30,000 in closing costs? I don't know. We could have negotiated that down, Preston. Come on. $300? You know what? Fuck it. This is only my first of 3 big contracts. Let's do it. I'm going to play in the league for a decade.
Realtors are just a bunch of crooks.
Oh. I mean, he's not wrong, but oh.
It still hurt.
He could get a pretty nice 3-bedroom apartment, though.
Get back on his feet?
Anything's better than the fucking shack he was sleeping in prison. And who would have thought Macintosh wouldn't have lasted?
I don't get
What
it.
a good plug, though.
It's basically like a 90-minute advertisement.
Yeah.
How much did he end up buying that for? $300,000?
So we bought it for $300,000, so he has $700,000 left.
Good way to keep it a secret. Throw the money all over your room.
So how does he get it in cash, though? He just goes up there as a 9-year-old kid and gives the realtor that? I mean, the realtor probably wouldn't ask any questions if it's cash.
Yeah, I don't... What's confusing about this? In a movie where the main romantic relationship is between a 32-year-old and a 9-year-old.
She's probably like 28.
She's going to go back to school and finish her degree. She just hasn't had time. I just can't find a minute. What?
Between fucking my 9-year-old boyfriend and working as a bank teller.
If you guys stay tuned till after the pod, and Holy Bud, I know you're listening, so I know you will. I'm going to tell you guys what happened to Preston and this FBI agent after this movie.
And I hope Holy Bud's got a speedy recovery going, too. It's 94, and he's already... Like, Clooney has better hair than him, though. We can agree with that. We don't know whose acting career is better, but Clooney definitely has better hair than his cousin.
Man, Juice. If Juice is the muscle, you just know it's a different decade. I think there's
This
a
is
rule.
where a plot turn happens. You're like, okay, she's not just a hot bank teller chick. She's a hot chick described as a bank teller being an FBI agent.
Wow, phone books. You guys remember those?
No?
Used to get excited when those would show up on my door.
Hell yeah. Nice coupons in the back, too.
Oh, yeah.
Station wagon.
It's funny, the parents who couldn't fucking give Preston money to go on the adult rides, now we have enough disposable income for a night out.
Well, it's 3 months away from their 20th wedding anniversary, so...
And what we got here was John Candy too expensive and Louis Anderson just not fun.
This is definitely John Candy Light.
They're like, hey, get us the store brand of John Candy for this role, please.
So I guess Kevin James wasn't fat and annoying enough in 94 to star in this movie. We got this guy.
But don't worry, we got great value brand Louis Anderson.
This was definitely Paul Blart if Kevin James wasn't available.
Don't you dare sully Paul Blart on this fucking podcast. I remember when the Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 movie was like announced, people were making jokes because that was when North Korea... You remember that movie, The Interview? North Korea was like, if this is released, we'll kill everyone in the theater. People were commenting when Paul Blart came out, like, where's North Korea when you need them? Ponytail, that's how you know.
Yep, that's how you know he can't be trusted. And he knows karate, too. Because it's 1990.
I feel like the 90s. So here's like how I define. So every decade has their thing, right? So the 70s was like about free love. The 80s was like about leather. The 90s was about like, yo, let's try and guess the next 20 years in everything. And they got it all wrong. Like these sunglasses, they were like
a lot of colors. It's big. It seems big and bold to me, but it can't be as big as bold as the '80s. But this guy as a comic relief is just not working at all.
this is basically a real life fraternity because essentially, and Nate, I would love to get your take on this because we hate fraternities. If you're out there and you're in one, that's fine. We don't hate you. We just hate like the concept because he's buying his friends.
Yes, that's exactly what this is like. And yeah, through our experience, we're not huge fans of having to pay large amount of monies for that. So in that sense, I do see where you're coming from with the fraternity aspect.
No players. It's not a very wet jump shot.
There's no way he spent over $1 million, is there? Well,
Already?
See, the 90s, everything costs way less. Like, all those TVs that he bought, they don't cost that much. Like, this ice cream he's about to buy probably costs like $25 or something like that. It's a big-ass thing of ice cream, dude.
What are those glasses? I don't care how much they were. Just don't get them. Change
Those
it.
glasses are like $3.
Is that a sharp image bag?
It is. I didn't even know sharp image was a thing in the 90s.
I was about to say the same thing. I had no idea.
So John Candy's dead. This guy is still alive, but both of their careers are dead, so...
Oh,
Case
yo,
closed.
what up? I never got this. And Nate, I know you used to hate this in college when people would do this playing basketball. If you're like, hey, I'm going to go work out and do physical activity, let me put this fucking hat on.
Yeah, I never really understood that. And working out, especially if you're laying down on a bench, or you're going to put it front ways, then the bar might hit it, put it backwards, you can't lay down. Basketball was the biggest thing. People doing that.
It's actually dangerous playing basketball and just unnecessary and also just stupid.
Just be like one of the NBA greats, Luis Scola, and put on a headband.
So she's jogging, and then she goes right up to the car. I don't, like, how is she jogging undercover? This makes no goddamn sense. What is she trying to do?
Classic stakeout, though. The guy already had a sandwich locked and loaded.
Yep. You got to. You got to eat fast food on a stakeout.
You know, like you go to the stakeout, one dude didn't pack a lunch, the other guy's like, first stakeout? Wife packed this for me. Roast beef.
There's a dad like, come on, I got to get to my job where they underappreciate me and underpay me. Move the fucking car.
So I can go give my slave driver boss a 9 to 5.
I feel like there were a lot of advertising dollars thrown out.
This is absolute madness.
Yeah, Nate, like Coke is in on this now. There's cat construction. Look at this.
I saw Oreo, Chips Ahoy, Sharp Ramage again on one of those.
Haagen-Dazs.
Because when I was 9, I'm like, Mom, get that fucking Pepsi out of my face. That wasn't in blank check. Why the hell would I drink that slop?
Mom, we're a Coke family now that Mr. McIntosh drinks Coke. Dad, I'm at fucking work.
That thing you're supposed to be at right now?
Remember? So this movie is obviously absurd and awful, and that's why we're getting hammered watching it. But I actually think that you could pull a lot of this off without, like, so far, I think he could do everything without someone having to actually have met Mr. McIntosh. Maybe not the house.
If you're paying someone they're probably not going to ask too many fucking
Yeah,
questions.
that's true.
Because if the kid's telling the truth and you're just a dude, wheeling boxes and shit, you're going to get fired if Mr. McIntosh shows up. Just listen to what the 9-year-old says. So.
Also, could he not, what a coincidence that all these fucking people show up at the same time to move all this stuff in. Stagger it, man.
And now, time for a montage.
So was this racetrack already in, or did he have this installed?
I mean,
He had this installed.
But how fast does concrete dry? Plot hole.
Exactly.
Can I say this? I'm supposed to like the limo driver. Can't fucking
No,
stand
you're not.
him. Can't. That they want me to.
He's hard to like.
Because you can just tell he's only doing this because he's being paid. He doesn't actually like Preston. Fuck him. That's not funny. None of this is funny.
He's fat.
Fuck you,
I'm
movie.
fat, so I'm going to knock the whole thing over, and everyone laughed.
The movie's like, did you get it the first 2 times? He's fat. You know what? Let's do it a 3rd time. People at home might not get that he's fucking fat. Arbitrary graphs. Here we go.
I would love for someone to break
Like,
those
what are those
down.
graphs of? I don't... This...
What'd you say, Nate?
I said I would love for someone to break those down and see what's actually on those graphs.
Yeah, how real time is the data on these graphs, movie? Another question.
Okay, so,
Okay, you can go first. Then I have a question.
this chick, the realtor, just went there. McIntosh bought the house with FBI printed on there, so obviously they're marked bills. But no one's thinking about the guy that just got into prison for stealing money. I don't understand this at all. He should be public enemy number 1 right now. Is it safe to say that the only reason she's in the FBI is because she's attractive?
Oh, she definitely stepped away to the top on this one.
Yeah, who didn't she sleep with in the FBI to get to where she is?
Preston, but just wait.
Well, he's kind of a prude. I mean, he's 9, but...
He should have had the limo guy slit Butch's throat on camera for him. That'll send a message.
It's a pretty bitchin' water slide.
I was always jealous of this when I watched it.
I heard Mr. McIntosh is rich, so I just want to see him.
Yeah, this is where I work. I'm kind of in charge. It's not a big deal. Kind of like the youngest executive SVP in the company's history, but it's whatever. You want to mix
It's
drink?
weird that as I'm finishing my sentence, you're not getting undressed. I've never experienced this before.
Why are your clothes still on?
Yeah, maybe you don't understand how this works.
Okay, I get that she's undercover, but did she have to unbutton her top 3 buttons to go see Mr. McIntosh?
Gives her more mobility.
I'm not mad at it.
I do my job better when my cleavage is hanging out. Look good, play good.
If I were Preston, I'd be like, I gotta be honest, this is a little weird. Do bank tellers normally make house calls? Like, what the hell are you... What the hell are you doing here?
There was an overdraft fee we need to talk to you about.
And so we normally send our skankiest, hottest bank teller. Right, stands to reason. My bank does that all the time.
Yeah, I just, whenever I moved to a new town and opened up an account, and I put all of my money in there, they sent the skankiest bank teller over just to make sure that everything was on the up and up.
Yeah, we noticed you opened a savings account. Do you mind if I unbutton my blouse here? I'll allow it.
Standard protocol. It's the ABC of banking right there. And then she goes on a date with him.
Yeah, because this guy knows about dating.
This is so fucking funny.
He has Barry Melrose's haircut.
So I'm fat, but I'm going to say I have a good body. I'm going to say I really know chicks. I'm going to wear suspenders.
This guy's the typical, like, dude who sucks up to his boss to get ahead.
But none of us have a problem that she's probably around 29, he's 9, and they're going on a date. No one has a problem with that?
I don't see the issue. Love knows no age, you know?
I want to look up the legal age in Indiana, but there's no fucking way it'll even be close.
There's an asterisk and it says, but if she's a hot bank teller and the kid's rich.
Yeah, that law is from like 1832 and it hasn't.
It's outdated. Yeah. All this guy does is pretend Preston is awesome the whole fucking movie. Dude, this limo driver's really starting to piss me off, guys.
Too big.
Now, Nate, this is called camera work. Get it? You see that?
It's pretty solid. It's making me want to throw up, actually.
This is probably too artsy of a film for you to get it, so I totally understand.
Yeah, these camera angles are a little over my head.
If you didn't take at least like an introductory film class, you probably have a lot of questions.
There are a lot of questions, like, why?
Why did any of this get made? Why is he dressed like the fucking Riddler?
He's more dressed like Arsenio Hall.
Oh, Plan 442. That'll perk up his dad.
See, that's the thing. I don't know what his dad does. Must be some kind of investor or something.
Why does his wife look like she's addicted to oxycodone and just stays at home all day
Because
drinking
she
white
is.
wine?
She's a stay-at-home mom that's addicted to drugs. It's awesome.
Pops a few Xannies, chugs a bottle of wine.
Just a few! God!
I mean, shit, if you're going to go over there, I'll get you a fresh copy. I know how you crinkle shit. So he's nervous about the date, but he's going to sleep with her, apparently. Awesome restaurant. Glasses in the restaurant.
And then the glasses in the class.
Definitely a new dress. If anyone wonders where our taxpayer money's going to, it's going to sexy FBI agents that are going on dates with 9-year-olds.
Geiger, this is for work. You think she wants to dress like this? He pulls out a condom, right? Oh.
Nah, dude. Preston Raw Dogs.
She's like, "Oh, Preston, you don't need to use a condom."
He's more of a shoot than pray type of guy, you know.
Just pull out damage. On.
He's like, "Lucky for you, I'm 9 and I'm shooting blanks. So your place or mine?"
Yeah.
We're good for 2 more years.
If anything, I know this park that has a slide that we can just go up in and just kind of do it real quick too.
So let's call this what it really was. This was the 1994 equivalent of those sluts on Instagram who like athletes just hit up and fly out to like Denver for a weekend and then they fly back. This is the 1994 equivalent of that.
I know I'm going way out of the plot here, but do you think Shay had a father that was present growing up?
He was just busy with other stuff.
Like, not being part of the family?
So she wants to see McIntosh because she thinks he's the criminal?
Sure, Jeff. Let's think of that. Let's not think that she just wants to fuck him because he has money. Yeah, that's probably it. She's trying to crack the case.
She's a professional.
Hilarious.
It's kind of funny that he has lobster on him now because he's going to have crabs in the morning. Low-hanging fruit, I had to. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm a coxman.
He's about to have some tune on his face here
Nate,
in a second.
How much dick did Sharper Image suck in this movie? My
No
God.
shit. And Coca-Cola. Fuck.
I'm going to say over 10.
Over 10 dick units.
You know the date's going good whenever you go to a fancy restaurant, then you go to some, like, shit-ass hot dog stand for dessert. You know you're going to get dick wet then.
She just wants to show you what she can do with a wiener
Almost
beforehand.
there.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. Fuck foreplay, we'll have the water get her wet, and then I'll just finish it up.
Shoot a little up the skirt, get her ready.
Yeah, this is by design. None of this is like, oh, what a coincidence.
You think Sergeant Whitlock's in the van right now? Like, God damn it, paid fucking $8,000 for that fucking dress and it's soaked. Last time nope, I'm not doing any fucking more. I don't care what she says.
I told you guys that she did this last time. Did I not say that? Meanwhile, stakeout guy's in the van. He's like, I didn't even hear you because I'm eating this sandwich so loud.
Yeah.
I got a pimento cheese over here that I'm making love to. So.
It is spreading on these crackers like fucking hot knife through butter. See, when you watch this as a kid, you think it's awesome. He's like, yeah, man, he's getting with a hot chick. I'm watching it now, and all I'm thinking is, this woman needs to be in prison.
If you did this now, though, the girl would just scream at you and be like, what the fuck? Like, this is like a new dress and now it's soaked.
See, what Juice has on right now, this is what quote-unquote muscle wore in the 90s. You know who wears that now? You don't get to see the kid because he's been shoved in a locker the first day of school and doesn't get let out till graduation.
Or what Billy Hoyle wore in White Man Can't Jump.
I'll tell you who wears it, Banner.
What?
You'll see him in a shirt all the time.
Oh yeah, that actually is in his wardrobe. Banner, yeah, actually, if he was here, Banner, if he was here, he'd be like, I fucking have that shirt.
Wonder if the hoses, yep, they are, okay.
Did we establish before, this movie did come out after Home Alone, right?
Yes.
It's disgusting. Disney saw Home Alone and was like, we can do that.
They're like, those fucking bastards. Like, we can do that. And we'll do it a million times with Kid in King Arthur's Court and all the other shitty fucking movies they threw out.
We'll do it,
and I owned on VHS.
We'll do it, and we'll add pedophilia.
Damn it, that's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah.
I remember when I watched this movie, and I had a babysitter that was pretty attractive. I'm just like, you know what, if Preston can do it, and he didn't get all the way with her, I could get all the way with mine.
You're like, Mom,
Never happened, though.
I need you to buy me a vest with 11 different colors on it, and don't ask questions.
Yeah. And also, if you could leave the hose on when you leave for work in the morning.
She's legit into him, and it's disturbing me. Do you think the actress at any point on set ever said, "Hey, just real quick issue, why does my character want to fuck a 9-year-old?"
No.
And also, why
She knew what,
I kind of look now?
she knew what Hollywood was.
The director's like, "You play ball, it'll help you down the road." It's also weird, too, that the limo driver's encouraging it. Like, okay, it's funny at first, like, haha, go on a date. But now he should be like, hey, Preston, I think that might actually be a predator that we just let out of the car.
What if Preston's like, let's hope?
Preston's like, and remember, snitches get stitches.
Seriously, though, to your point, there's no executive board at Disney that saw this movie and just raised their hand before they put it in theaters and be like, should we tone down Shay's character just a bit? Like, what do you mean?
I don't get it.
So as far as the racy themes in Disney movies, is this pedophilia up there with the bestiality and Beauty and the Beast?
It's gotta be. You know, no one ever talks about that. Everyone says it's a beautiful story. If I, you know, fucked a dog, I don't think anyone would be saying that. I don't care if he sang to me. It doesn't matter.
I definitely did not say that back in 09, so...
Yeah.
I love his list, because, like, that was our list when we were 9, but then once we actually started dating when we were 15, we erased girlfriend and just put fuck buddy.
It's a fluid list. It changes. That's why you don't. That's why it's not written. It's set in stone.
We erased birthday party and just put drugs and alcohol. Like, we could do that anytime. We don't need to wait for our birthday. So
Preston,
all of our sons are working for a guy that we haven't met.
Preston can't catch up to the fastball. I'll say this right now.
He needs to cheat a little bit. The pitching machine won't change speeds.
Where's his stride? He's all upper body here.
He's not loading.
No, he's not loading at all. I'm not even talking big leg kicks. You just got to drive through the ball.
Where's the weight transfer?
Plot twist, Preston has epilepsy, and this does not end well. Again, another vest. I'm telling you, man, vests were all the rage in the 90s. If you didn't have at least 3 in your rotation, what are you doing?
I don't think all of that's her hair. There's no way. Does anyone know who Nate Nixon is? Former NBA player.
Who?
Nate Nixon?
Never heard of him.
Let me check it real quick.
He just gave her like $10,000.
Norm Nixon. Sorry.
No, he sounds like he sucked.
That's her husband.
How
and she's also she did music and dancing, and she's like a judge on Do You Think You Can Dance Now? She's the only one in this movie that made it out alive.
This limo driver, I mean, the first time I saw this movie, I thought, oh, he's kind of charming. He is fucking insufferable.
I have no friends, Henry.
He's like the John Cryer of this movie. The guy from 2.5 Men. That guy's the worst.
You just have to get through, so maybe you can hear some jokes or two later.
Yeah, you have to get through his scenes. Preston's life is just not good. You can't buy happiness.
Once he gets older, though, you can buy alcohol, drugs, and prostitutes, so he won't be that lonely. You can just suppress it all. He'll be fine.
It's like, huh, so this is how peasants live. How does he have a Letterman's jacket?
If you went up to any one of these kids, like, dude, I got a water slide at my house. You want to be my friend? They'd be like, yeah, cool, whatever, let's go. And why is the Canadian flag on it?
A water slide is like the third grade equivalent of having a dime bag.
So Preston in real life moved to Boulder, Colorado, and graduated high school in 2000. And he's in a couple punk rock bands called the Thrusters and the Late Bloomers. And just like any other child star, he pled guilty to third-degree assault in a bar fight.
Yeah, but what'd he do?
Apparently the bartender told him that his tab was still unpaid because his check bounced.
No.
You piece of shit.
So he like beat the shit out of him.
I have half a mind to timestamp this and edit it out of the podcast.
I think that's a real true. I think that's a true story.
1 hour, 1 minute, 28 seconds.
Chase scene, Banner loved this.
They went shaky cam, bold move, but I think it paid off, guys.
It made you feel like you're in the scene.
Yeah, I 100% feel like I was running.
Notice how Juice's car has stopped, but his wheels are still spinning for some reason.
Nice necklace, Juice. Does it come in men's?
Remember how cool it was to have like a button-up shirt that you wrapped around your waist?
The coolest.
Like I had to lift up the arm sleeves just to get my, penis in some chick. Chicks could not resist it.
So you fucked with a sweatshirt tied around your waist? That seems ridiculous.
Exclusively.
Can you swim?
I'm not even going to take the bait on that one.
He didn't get out of the water pretty quick.
He did,
They're just one dude away from knowing how to do karate for this to be a fantastic movie in the 90s.
This movie is lacking two things that are key components to any 90s movie that's not sports related. Ponytail and karate.
And you can get them both in the same character.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually you can knock those both out at the same time. That guy just made like $1,000, though.
I know, he's just like, this isn't that bad. A bandana, sunglasses, and short shorts in the 90s.
That should have been Pauly Shore. That was a missed opportunity.
It's sad that back in the day, he probably thought he was too big for this movie. Once again, all this happening, cops nowhere to be found.
I was just thinking the same thing. I feel like there's got to be a lot of cleanup after this.
That's
Where are the cops?
That must have been the deleted scene where the cops are like, this one's on us. We dropped the ball here.
And there they are, 5 minutes later, no repercussions.
All new clothes also. Wow.
Same necklace from Juice, though.
Butt brain. That's a pretty good diss. There's a ponytail. All right. You were losing me, but now you fucking reeled me back in.
I don't. This is the whole part I really don't understand in the movie. If he's so depressed, I'm like, you hired all these people, just fire them.
What do you mean you don't know? I wonder what happened to the actor who played Butch. Because he wasn't in movies.
I don't know. I think he's Foggy in the new Daredevil series. It is cool though. The red-haired, freckle-faced kid is like the cool bully kid in this movie. Of course, Shay's there. Listen, it's work, Jeff. She's doing work right now.
Yeah, the agency had to twist my fucking arm to come to this thing. Notice that there's nothing in the budget for a dress now, though. She has to wear fucking pants. That guy's shirt literally says...
That's just the captain being a dick.
Hang
He's
on.
like, hey, you soaked your dress, so goddamn it, you're going to wear the suit jacket.
That guy's shirt literally says, shoot hoops, not drugs.
That's awesome.
That's very specific.
Yeah, like...
As far as the drugs.
So we can still snort drugs and smoke drugs, but we're just not shooting.
Yeah. Just don't shoot them. Don't shoot them with your nails, your toenails. Smoke all you want.
Hey, guys, remember when you first realized what a gold digger was?
About now?
Nate, it was way before we moved to Plano.
When did
Before we sing
Kanye's
it.
song come out?
Good question. 04? That's when I learned,
Yeah,
I guess.
probably 04 or 05.
That year.
That's Kanye always educating the youth. And now Batman's going to show up because we have the bat signal.
And as a kid, I was thinking, why are all these weird grown-ups showing up to a party of someone they don't know? And then once I grew up, I'm like, oh, because he has money. I get it now.
Makes total sense.
That's exactly who he is.
That's literally you. But that's how he throws him off the scent, Nate.
Why is a limo driver there this whole time? He hasn't ridden anywhere.
I hate people who are friends with people for money. Now, am I getting paid overtime for this?
That's where, like, he's like, hey, man, you're going to have to get with the labor union because I didn't log any overtime for you. You're a salary employee. See, now this guy thinks he's killing right now, but this is awful.
He's missing a button at the bottom, too.
Oh, God. Why'd you have to say that?
Now I can't even focus on the movie. Oh, my God. Can we get back to that bar fight that the actor who played Preston Waters got into? Because...
Yeah, sure.
Well, let's all just put ourselves in the position. If I'm shit-faced drunk and you tell me at the bar, that guy played Preston Waters in Blank Check, I'm probably going to say something to him that would make him want to assault me in public.
I would ask him, did you fuck the actress on set that was 20 years older than you?
Wow. This guy's a dick.
just doing his job.
It really is disgusting how many people are here that literally for a fake person.
This would be something cool to do in real life. Because I bet a lot of, like, single 40-year-old women would show up.
He loves him so much.
I love Preston. He will not lie to me. And the chief has a mustache, so you know he's a good chief.
They're like, Shay, why did you ask us to expense birth control for this party? What? No,
Could they not hire Carl Winslow to be the chief?
My character that I'm playing is on birth control, okay? Okay. Oh my god, this guy's the fucking worst!
Too much?
Way too... Jesus Christ. I'm getting actively upset at him. I'm going to say something that I'm going to regret. Kevin James in Paul Blart is better than this guy.
Whoa. Easy.
And he put the food back, so he's not even sanitary. What does he have going for him? Ooh, I can't wait to see how much this costs.
Uh-oh.
The guy with the ponytail was holding it.
Did she grab his
Do you
butt
think the
too?
African-American woman is taking advantage of him?
Is there a woman in this movie outside of his mom that isn't a pedophile?
Yeah, she definitely went second knuckle on that one.
It's okay. He's fine. $300.
Wow. Honestly, that's not that much in the hole, though.
Was that list including him paying for this party?
Yeah, I think so. And that's not $333 in the hole. You can ask for a loan for that.
No, I think that's what he has left. He's fine.
If that's on the screen, doesn't his dad see it?
Well, his dad knows that's none of his fucking business.
If you invest smartly, you can make that up over the weekend.
You might have to get a little aggressive, but it'll pay off.
Buy low, sell high.
I'm really feeling this emotion right now.
It's really hitting the heartstrings, isn't it?
Whew. Especially now that Preston's borderline tears, yep. If I didn't know that he was about to get his dick sucked, I'd almost feel bad for the kid.
He knows what's coming.
It's the calm before the storm, as they say, Nate.
He's about to go bareback, but 9 months down the road, you know.
God damn it.
As we said. But, you know, Shay is not a pedophile. Her character is. I don't understand what you guys don't get about that.
It's like
I
any
can't
time
believe her and Preston's sex scene was cut. She went so into character for it.
Yeah, they're like, we weren't even filming you guys. Why did you do that?
Don't they just live down the block? Like, couldn't he just kind of just follow him home?
Yeah, hey, Preston, spoiler alert. Henry's not your friend, bro. And he's not funny either.
Just go home. Shay with a new dress. Shay's going to crack the case. She's going to find Mr. McIntosh, marry him because he has money, then also find the person that stole those unmarked bills.
Oh, they still got a ginger?
How long has Butch been held captive by these guys?
Yeah, Bush has had a rough third act of this movie.
This isn't how parties work. Like, you don't have to give them cash before the party ends. Wow. The sax player behind him cannot fucking process this.
Yeah, it's like, who? Like, I don't understand. I just kind of want to play blues.
Do you think when the director was casting him, he was like, bring me the most Jewish person in the universe?
He's got to be fat, too, with curly hair.
Jew Pro is a must.
If you think the Jufro is too big, I promise you it's not.
It's a way to get people out of your house, though.
Bruce Wayne did it in Batman Begins.
It's like, I love how people are taking their gifts, too. I got him a fucking $400 champagne. I'm going to fucking... See, told you that's not a real hair.
Well, they already cut his cable.
Disney's awesome. Let's set the stage because we know the bad guys are coming, so let's make it dark in the house.
Does AT&T still work that late at night? I'm not sure.
Nate, if they need to cut your fucking service, they're going to be as responsive as you've ever seen them in your
Yeah,
life.
if there's one person that news travels fast, it's the cable company. So once they hear Mr. McIntosh's surprise, like, we'll cut this shit off.
It's not Henry. That sounds like a euphemism for rape if I've ever heard one. Look at his earring. It's a fucking hula hoop.
Tone Loc.
Is that the gay ear or is that the straight ear?
I don't know. It's juice. I mean, it's got to be the straight ear. Oh my gosh, he's serious.
Did they already look joke?
Why would he tell them this?
Because when you're 9, if you tell the truth, usually, like, everything's okay. Unless they're people that will kill you.
Remember that time Preston Waters told the truth and he was subsequently murdered? Learn something from that, please. This guy looks like Newman's dad.
This is so Home Alone, though. I mean, it's his house, which he paid for, but then there's three criminals coming. It's Home Alone, but they got to do everything times two.
Vince Young is watching this movie. He's like, right?
Jamarcus Russell's like,
It's
yeah,
not,
man, that's a long time.
It's possible.
Like, I spent mine in like 2 days. Biederman has fucked him up the entire movie. He fucked up the unmarked bills, and now he's telling him just to be Macintosh, which is going to fuck him over at the
Geiger,
end.
if sports have taught you anything, though, that means he's due. We should listen to his ideas now. He's in an offer right now. He's got to get a hit eventually.
Biederman is due.
It's just like Scooter Jeanette a couple days ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
5 for
19.
5 for 5 with 4 bombs.
5 with 4 home runs.
Yeah. That's Biederman right now. I would listen to everything he fucking says, actually, now that Nate made the Scooter Gannett analogy.
I had to.
Biederman's got to be sitting fastball in life. I don't know what that means, but he needs to do it. So Juice went down the slide just as quickly as they could run down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. No, that makes sense.
So we turn off the lights and they're scared. Biederman, of course, wants to sample the cake.
Just a sampler.
You got to put both these on the other side to get the cream in the center.
How many takes do you think that guy made them do? I don't think I bit into this cake well enough. What? It's fine. No, from the top.
I think he grabbed a little bit of the brisket from the carving station. Looks like you got the meat sweat going on.
Yeah, maybe the scene would be better if I had a brisket and some gravy. I don't think that matters. I think you just want to eat more. What?
Does anybody else, whenever they see the static TV, think the chick from the ring is going to come out of it?
I mean,
My
Preston.
heart races.
Yeah,
But then knowing this movie, she would just get like hit on by some 40-year-old, so she doesn't want to go back in the TV.
Honestly, Preston is so fucking lonely. He would probably appreciate that. Just another person to hang out with. I mean, yeah, she's trying to murder him, but whatever.
He just wants that human contact at that point.
Exactly. Even if it's from a demon spirit, it's all good. He's got Juice out of his element on a baseball field. This was really funny the first 7 times I saw it on a show or movie.
This is all Home Alone, though. All of this is booby trapping.
There are no types of pitches. Oh, with hitting the nuts? Yep, that's great. That's a trope we'll never get sick of.
That must have hurt. That's his catchphrase.
That was the worst fake bite I've ever seen.
It really was.
Nate, I didn't believe that he bit him, you know?
No, they should have taken another take on that one.
You could tell that the villain lifts. Look at how easily he's flipping these.
Hang cleans. I still want to know how he got all that money, though. Like the villain. Like, who'd he steal it from?
That's the prequel movie. You know, it's fair that we feel the stakes that they're about to kill him, because in a movie where a 9-year-old gets to have sex with a 32-year-old, we also need to feel the flip side of the coin. Like, okay, well, if you want to the victor go the spoils, but also you might get murdered by a 41-year-old. You know, you can't just have it both. You know, one way, not have to deal with the other side of life.
High risk, high reward.
Exactly. It's like Adam Dunn or J.R. Smith.
Joey Gallo, perhaps?
Absolutely, Joey Gallo. That camera shot was taken exactly from Mighty Ducks. I think the second one. When Goldberg gets in that tire. Guys, say what you want about this movie. It is fucking finishing strong.
I'm honestly sick of watching it. This is fucking terrible.
Yeah. Is this worse than Air Bud?
I'm going to go with yeah.
It is.
Maybe.
It's worse than Air Bud.
He's playing dead here. He'd be blowing bubbles.
Why did you care if he was dead or alive? He's tried to murder you 11 times. Well, that hat does not fit him, but he's like, I'm going to fucking wear it. I don't even care.
I love how the sergeant just like, before we go, let me put on this hat with a rope on it. Wouldn't your question be is like, why is she in a sexy dress?
Why is your tit out?
Is there a sticker on the bill of his hat?
These are like the worst put together hats I've ever seen. Someone's mom ironed the 3 letters on. Yeah, bring in Biederman just because, honestly, he's a fat piece of shit. Like, I'm sure there's something he did.
So he's a wanted felon. He escaped from prison, but in the FBI, no one knows who the fuck he is. And now he's going under a fake name.
He's got an everyman's face, Geiger. I mean, he looks like just a Joe Schmo.
Here comes the dad.
Why did he drive up there with the rest of his family?
He's like, I'll figure out what's going on. God damn it. Just stay in the car.
Stay in the fucking car! God.
No one gets in unless you have a badge. I think my son's in there. Okay, just go through the front
shit.
door then.
Why didn't you fucking say so? Get on in there. Kegs in the
Why
back.
are they taking off TVs in the back?
Yeah, those were scratchy screen before. What's going on now? Maybe AT&T's like, you know what? We may have knee-jerked on you guys.
Shay's job's pretty cool, dude. Like, everyone else has to wear shitty clothes, but she gets to just dress like a skank the whole time. It's awesome.
Oh my fucking... Okay, let's just for a second, if the roles were reversed, if a 29-year-old man kissed a 9-year-old girl on the lips, what the fuck would be going on right now? And that's the first boner that Preston ever got.
Dad, you might want to take a step back.
His brother's philosophy of don't rub it, be a man is not setting in well with him right now.
Dad, I got a weapon right here, and I don't know what it's going to do.
Where are they getting these giant buckets of ice cream?
He got ice cream.
If
Jesus, there's a dent in it, but fuck, I got hungry on the way here.
Yeah, there's a couple bites, but you just want me to not fucking test it and just bring it to you? If you walked into Haagen-Dazs and said, fill this bucket up with ice cream, they'd say, get the hell out of here. No. Also tell him that I'm not funny and shouldn't be in movies ever.
So, like, Henry's character is supposed to know the whole time that he's Macintosh, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
He's got so much depth to him, I don't understand how you didn't just grasp that. This movie has 4 minutes left, and I don't know if I can make it.
Hold on. It's 11 o'clock at night. Let me put my glasses on before I drive this limo.
Seems safe. Also, let me eat 14 gallons of ice cream just so I go into diabetic shock halfway down the road. Kind of weird to hold your dad's hand. What is Preston's tuxedo, too? Like, what are you doing, man? Who dresses you?
His dad's gonna sleep well tonight. He's like, the guy my three sons were working for is now in prison. Never met him. Not sure what he did, but I think everything's okay. His wife looks well medicated.
Yeah, she's been taking her Zans. He's going to wish for the only thing on his mind.
Shay?
Bonertown.
Bonerville, yep. Population Preston Waters. How he is going to fap to that picture for the next 4 years.
Yeah. I hope Shay will let me raw dog her and I won't get her pregnant. Yep, blow out the last candle
Wow.
too? Okay, movie over.
That is blank fucking check. I'll be honest, and I know Holy Bud's still with us at least. All of our listeners out there, we've done a lot of bad 90s movies. That one ranks up there, man. I knew it was going to be shittier than I remembered, but that was really fucking brutal. But it was fun. Thank you guys for joining us. Before we close out, as we always like to do, the anthology / spin-off movie that the Bro Force Squad is famous for. Anything special that a character did afterwards. Maybe a sequel that should have been fucking made. And if the studio listens to us and has any sense in their brain, they'll do it. We like to present to you. So, Geiger, I'm going to go to you first, because this is something you are very talented at. What's a sequel, spin-off, any type of movie in the universe of Blank Check that you had an idea for that just, all you need is $100 million budget and this thing can be done in, what, like 9 months? Lay it on us.
I'm going to be simple and just do Blank Check 2. At the end, him and Shay were battling over when they can talk again, and then they landed on about 8 or 9 years. So Preston will be about 15 or 16, and Shay will be about 38. So they're going to meet, and Preston's going to try to make it work, but the tables have turned. It's a teeter-totter effect, if you will. Shay looked really good. Preston was young. Now Preston is in his prime age, and Shay has gained about 15 pounds, has some wrinkles, her hair's not as good. So they're trying to make their relationship work, and then later Preston's just like, hey man, I thought you were hot when I was 9, but now you're just kind of an old chick, so I just kind of want to fuck other people. And then that's when the movie really takes off. And then it kind of turns into a porno. But yeah, that's basically my idea.
By kind of turns into a porno, do you just mean it's just a porno?
Yeah, it's pretty much a porno. It's just Preston.
So it's a porno.
Yeah.
I like how you tried to give us plot, but then said like maybe it's.
And then he pays them all with blank checks that he counterfeits. So it's almost kind of like a Catch Me If You Can blank check porno.
But unlike this movie, all the checks bounce. All right, Nate Thurman.
So the only thing that bounces, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Men are pigs. Nate Thurman, we're going to go to you. Any idea for a blank check spinoff? You can't do worse than a straight up just porno. So, what do you have for an idea here that we could pitch to the fans?
Yeah, I like the idea of movies tying together. So, my idea, the timeline doesn't match up exactly, but after Preston has gone through all this, he sees the greed that is within the world, and he sees the gluttony, obviously, with all the 15-gallon ice cream buckets.
It's disgusting.
So he sees all this bad. Yeah, he sees all this bad in the world, and he really sees how people are evil and how this wraps around them. So he goes on a mission of trying to correct the world with these 7 deadly sins. Ipso facto, long story short, he is Kevin Spacey in 7.
Oh my God, yes. I wish at the end of 7, Kevin Spacey goes, and by the way, I'm Preston Waters.
Hey, you have SYLE.
That would have been a fucking mind-blown moment in theaters.
Really would.
I don't think I can top that, but mine is sort of like Geiger's, except it's not a porno, but there's definitely some sex scenes in it. Basically, guys, we need to realize the harsh reality of what we just saw for the last 90 minutes. Preston and Shay clearly had sex in that movie, at least twice. After that scene with the geysers in the park, and then also the water that was spraying her. Did you see what I did there? They definitely hooked up.
I see that.
So what happens afterwards? Preston obviously gets Shay pregnant. They have to be together. Preston says, you know what, Dad? Fuck you. You tried to ground me. I'm moving in with Shay. They start a life together. Problem is, the FBI's like, that's clearly pedophilia, so you're going to have to spend 20 years in prison. Shay leaves, gives birth to the kid. Preston's all of a sudden a single parent at age 11. A little too much for him to handle. He raises the kid. He somehow makes it work. All of a sudden, 5 years later, he's like, you know, I think it's a little weird that the kid's black, but whatever. Maybe it's a recessive gene in my family. I don't know. I don't live on Ancestry.com. I don't know this information. Turns out Juice and Shay actually had a little something going on. So Preston leaves the kid. It's a train wreck for everyone, but at the end of the day, Preston gets a job in middle management at Enterprise Rent-A-Car because they have a great corporate structure. And Nate, you know this. They give you the tools to be your own boss. Which is
they let you do your thing. Let you choose your own car.
You can set your own schedule, basically, long as it's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday and every other Saturday. Guys, we will end on a high note, which is Preston Waters becoming middle management at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Thank you so much for getting drunk and listening to our Blank Check movie commentary. We are the Bro 4 Squad podcast. For Nate Thurmond and Matt Geiger, I'm Jeff Hornacek. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Bro 4 Squad podcast, on Twitter at Bro 4 Squad. Subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes, Bro 4 Squad, 3 words. And if you ever get the internet at any point in your life, check out all of our content at bro4squad.com. Thank you, guys. If you find it, check from your grandma that's blank. Just write it for $1 million. You can't end that.